Good morning, everybody. I'm Tripta Tarunesh, and today I'm going to make you understand the process of learning. May I request you all few things. May I request you to mute your mic so that it is easy to understand. And secondly, may I request you that whatever question comes to your mind, please note it down or type it on the chat so that it's easy for me to answer once the session is over. So, in giving a short brief about myself, I'm Tripta Tarunesh, mother of two. I'm in the industry of education for last 14 years. I got into the industry because of my child who used to cry a lot. Every time I introduce myself, I tell that the moment my son joined the school, he was a cry baby. He used to cry a lot, and I was told that the school should not look like a jail to a child. And that's where my journey of education started. I started educating myself to understand the children. How do they learn? I joined as a teacher. I joined as a coordinator. I've been a principal of two different schools. I've created curriculums for different national and international schools which work in different ways of life. There's schools which are working in two to three tier cities. There's curriculum which is working in big cities, and the curriculum which is internationally working. I've been mentoring few schools internationally also, and I was not head of a chain recently. And the only learning learning process a little more. When I was a teacher, I felt something wrong. I became a coordinator, said that my understanding is wrong. When I felt the coordinator, being a coordinator, I felt something is wrong. I became a principal. When I became a principal, I felt that something is wrong. And I got into writing curriculums. Homeschooling is not new to me because when I was a teacher, um, I was teaching my child, and slowly, when I became a principal of a school, I felt that I was forced to do a curriculum which was not right for my child. I left the job and I started homeschooling my child. That's how my journey to homeschooling started. My son was just in UKG and he started learning on his own when me giving him little tips how to understand things, and the learning process was on. Today, he's a grown up boy, and I can vouch for it that my homeschooling was a boon to his understanding level that today where he is because of the homeschooling which I did for him. So starting the understanding of learning process, let's understand the new education system. What does it say? I don't want to go to homeschooling first. First of all, I want to let parent understand what is the new system. In case your children are small, you don't know what is education. You don't know how the schools function, how the education policies function. The best thing is to do is to understand it first. So as for the new education policy which is just launched a few days back, it says that early years will comprise of 3 to 8 years of a child. That is, a child will be going to LKG till grade UKG. They will be in one bracket of 5 years. There is so many schools who were running pre-nurseries and nurseries. That is all over, and the parents have to take over the role of homeschooling during those years. After the child has finished his LKG, grade 2, they will go to the primary session, that is from grade 3 to grade 8. Then they will be going to secondary from grade 9 to grade 11, where the major change will happen. The change in which the streaming is gone. The science stream, the commerce stream, the humanities stream will be going, and the child will be free to choose the choice of his subject. And then there will be 5 years of college. So it's a long journey of 16 years where you will be starting your journey, or probably 18 years of a child when you'll be starting the journey now. So it is very interesting and very important to understand that how this journey is being taken by the child, how as a humans we understand things. And the process I told you, and the purpose of our policy makers is that the no child should be left behind. Everybody puts in lots of efforts, but every time we see and we follow that, we understand that out of, I mean, when you see a school portraying their board results, they say 10 students of a school and 90% got passing marks. Why are they portraying only those 10 students? That means there are children who are not got the 90% marks or 95% marks just to start with their marketing processes, that we are the people we are teaching and our children are getting the marks. So the purpose no child left behind is false, because there are children who struggle. In case of the elder children, you can see that whenever you go for the PTM, there is a complaint which parents says that आपका बच्चा पढ़ नहीं पा रहा है, इसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, आप उतने एफर्ट्स नहीं लगा पा रहे. दैट मीन्स समथिंग इज मिसिंग व्हिच इज मेकिंग this statement of no child left behind not stand to its point. So let's start with understanding that how the human being understands things. So human life, as we individuals, as humans, there are certain things we need to understand, that we as humans, we are born different. By being born different, I want to give you a small example of my own sisters. My eldest sisters are twins, identical twins, and till today it is very, very difficult for people to see and ask that who is this and who is that. But as a human beings, they're two different people altogether. They are like different in their likes, they are different in their taste, they're different in their attributes to understand life. They're living two different lives, they are very similar people. Every individual, मुझे एक दिन भी आज तक एक बंदा ऐसा नजर नहीं आया who is exactly the same by the other person. Everybody is different, everybody has got something beautiful inside them which is very different from others. So human beings are different and they're born different. The second human attribute is the human beings are born curious. They're very curious people and you want to know so much more about everything which is existing. Giving a small example of being curious is that we want to know more. We, are, we want to understand more. We want to watch movies. We want to watch trailers before we see a movies. We want to touch, feel, and understand the thing, and then only we buy a thing. We are curious to know how the thing is going to help us out. Only then we go into purchasing it, buying it. That means we are born curious people. The third, the most important inherent quality of a human being is they are very creative. They are so creative that especially Indians, we are known to be creative, that jugaad is the most important thing which happens in our life. Jo cheez nahi ho rahi hai, jugaad laga ke we end up putting our creativity into it and bringing out the best in us. But that curiosity, the differences and the creativity is killed in the school. There are schools who claim that the child is very creative, is so beautiful, but creativity does not mean drawing and art. It is much, much more beyond that. So human beings are naturally different and are diverse. So let's understand the education system. So in the schools, in the classes, in the schools, in the classes, in the schools and in the classes, we have a system in which there are 30 children, 15 children, 45 children sitting in the same class. When I told you everybody is different, and we are giving our children one system which fits all. Is it possible? No. Since it is not possible, that is the reason why the parents start having the concerns. The teachers start having the concerns that, ye bachcha padh nahi pa raha hai. The parents start feeling insecure that baki sabke bacche padh pa rahe hain, mera bachcha kyun nahi padh pa raha. वो बच्चा इसीलिए नहीं पढ़ पा रहा क्योंकि सिस्टम एक ही बना है, उसी सिस्टम को सभी को खिलाया जा रहा है. It is not ready for your children. There are so many times when we see that the parents get a complaint that your child is fidgeting around in the classes. They're not sitting at a place, they want to move out. They are not concentrating. They're not understanding what we're doing. The reason is the thing which we are giving to him is not ready for that. Things which we're giving to him, it is too simple for him probably. So the system of giving one simple thing, one system fitting all does not make every child a learner. That is the reason why the parents and the teachers have the concerns. So getting back to the second option, human beings are naturally born curious. Real achievements of parents, school teachers are bringing the ability of curiosity in a child. Curiosity is a simple engine which, in case it is there in a child, the achievements will happen on its own. In case it is not there, no matter you put in tuitions, no matter make them sit and study for hours, the learning is not happening. Education has been imparted, but the learning is not happening. any school system will work only on 3 systems. One, the child has to be happy. The second, the child has to be active. In case the child is happy and active, only then the child will be curious to learn and understand the thing. There are so many schools who in which they claim that my children are learning, they're very curious, they're doing this, they're doing that, but they're giving only one board learning system to a child, or they're giving one smart board learning system to a child, or they're giving one teacher to learn to a child. And it is not possible, a child who loves moving around and touching things and understanding things, it is not possible for teacher to give that attribute to the child. So the curiosity in a child slowly starts getting killed, and we start telling the children that listen to what we are saying, answer this exactly the same, and we kill the curiosity to understand the things. Till today, the system says that, this is the syllabus, this is the curriculum which is given to you, mug it up, understand, do whatever. In case you give the 100% the same way, you get good marks. In case you come up with the answer that I have understood that, but this, in case you write an answer in a board exam and you said that I have understood this, but I have a concern that this attribute of this understanding is wrong and I think this should be done like this. Trust me, the child will get 0. The answer will not be given marks, despite he's questioning the right answer. No, probably he might be knowing the answer as well. So we in the school systems, though we say that the curiosity is being nurtured, but slowly and steadily the curiosity is being killed. The children are supposed to sit quiet, listen to the teachers, understand what she's saying, follow the rules, and be like her. Be like the people who get only 90-95% marks, who mug it up. And the best examples are the beautiful movies which we have seen in our lives, like Three Idiots. We have seen movies like Tare Zameen Par. I'm not saying that, in Three Idiots, they still spoke about people coming out of their, have to follow the things they are passionate about. But Tare Zameen Par only spoke about the children who had the problem, who had a concern to be solved. But trust me, there's so many children in the school. Out of 100 children, 95 children are the ones who have a concern, who don't fit into the model. And every teacher, in case the teacher sitting over here, she can vouch for it. Yes, you are saying right.
Tripta, sorry for interruption. Yeah, so can you just adjust your mic once so for the better audio?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's fine. For better.
Yeah. So the third attribute which I'm coming back to is human life is inherently creative. We create our lives as we go through it. Like, for example, we all are grown up and we all have our own resumes. Every resume, every CV which we have speaks to so many different things about a person. He might be an IT graduate, you might be a painter, you might be somebody who's working in whatever field. You would have graduated from the same college and would have worked from the same industry, but still 2 CVs are very different. They're different because human people are very creative. They're different human beings and they put across themselves in a different way. And that is the reason why there's so many cultures are existing. There's so many ways of understanding, listening, speaking, marveling. Everything is existing. The universe is so, the earth is so diverse. The countries are so diverse. Our own country is like, we are celebrating Independence Day, but we are such a diverse country. And the reason is that we have inherited creativity. We have different ways of living our lives. So coming back to the idea of no child left behind remains a dream for the education industry, for the human resource department, for the schools. Despite 100 initiative every year put in that, every child is studying, every child is learning, every child is getting what they're supposed to get. The moment am I being very fast or I'm not audible?
Ma'am, just volume का थोड़ा सा high कर लीजिए बस.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
So coming back to the point that no child is left behind remains a dream for each and every country. There are few countries like, for example, Finland and Poland. They say that, they are understanding the things and they're ensuring that no child is left behind, because everything is done with only 3 attributes. One, that every child is different. The second, that every child is curious to learn, and the third is every child has a different way of understanding things. So what is happening in the school is every teacher, I'm not saying that teachers do not put in efforts. I've seen the teachers have mentored the schools and they put in more than enough, more than things which are required. They put in their labor, but they put in the labor to endure that, the standard testing model is being followed. There's a set curriculum, the teacher teaches in a set way, and she ensures that when the child is giving the test, he's able to answer. Have you ever thought, anybody who's gone through a medical test, have you ever thought that, when you go through a test, which is known as a test, it has got a diagnosis. Once we have a diagnosis, we give the medicines for the remedy. But this does not happen in the school testing models. We have a test, we have a diagnosis, and the blame goes to the parent and the blame goes to the school and the teacher. And the only person who is suffering is a child. There was a very famous video which used to rotate a few years back, rather 10, 12 years back, in which everybody's giving a blame game. So the primary teacher, the grade 1 teacher is saying that primary में बच्चा पढ़ के नहीं आया, अगर अच्छी से पढ़ के आया तो मैं इसको grade 1 में पढ़ा देती अच्छी से. The primary teachers, the secondary teachers blame the primary teachers. In the formative years, the child is not understood. That's why he's not performing in the secondary years. When they put this to the parents says that the father says that I was busy earning the money, but the mother has not put in efforts. The mother blames
Yes, mom. Doing what?
And the chain goes on. May I request to mute the mics, please? So this is how the chain goes on. The only person suffering remains the child. And once we grow up, we end up thinking that, gosh, wo bachpan phir se aa pata. We all have gone through the childhood. We all have lived our childhood. And we all know that, there were certain reasons. What I wanted to pursue, I could not pursue. What I wanted to do in life, I could not do it. And ironically, I feel the same. My mother felt the same. And my children feel the same. I wish someday, one day, very soon, this thing has to come to an end. Only then everybody gets a life to live. Let them live happily. Let them live the way they want to live, and let them be so creative that nobody's like him. Curiosity, individuality, and creativity are the only 3 processes to get humans to learn. इनमें से एक भी चीज is अगर missing, learning does not happen. Education is happening, but learning is not happening. I give you a small example. There's so many people who get into dieting. They diet, they feel that we are going to reduce, but everything is happening, but the weight remains the same. Little bit up and down happens, but the way they want to achieve the weight loss, it does not happen. The only reason is that you're putting in the process. The learning is, the education is happening, that how to go about reducing your weight, but the learning is not happening. You feel that you take a diet, you follow the diet, it happens, but you're not learned how to have a particular lifestyle, and that's why it does not happen. So I hope the dieting example is the right example to give that, the difference between learning and education. You might be educating people about so many things. You might be educating people about the gods, the mythologies. You might be educating children about your own family values. You might be educating them about so many things. But you end up seeing that, the learning has not happened. मैंने तो अपने बच्चों में इतनी values डाली, सब कुछ सिखाया, डांट के सिखाया, मार के सिखाया, but मेरे बच्चे ने वो चीज नहीं जो मैं इसमें जाना चाहता था, क्योंकि वो learning हुई नहीं. Education हुआ, but learning nahi hui. Every student who is a non-performer as a school standard has a reason for deep-rooted in the school teaching biography. Trust me, I have spoken to so many children, so many parents, so many principals. Any child which has got a reason he's not performed has a reason behind not performing. Probably, I give you a small example. When my daughter was in grade 8, and she was in a wonderful school wherein there's a child, whenever I used to go for the PTM, he was always scolded that he's not getting marks in his maths. Maths is not his way of life. CCE was the process that time, and every child, every school was struggling. The teachers were struggling to understand how CCE happens. It was such a loss for the children, I can't tell you. And one fine day, when again I was in the school, I saw that the children were in the grounds, and they were making tents, because that was a process in which the learning of mathematics was happening, and they had to put the live example that whatever they've learned. Not a single 100-marker child could perform. Only one child who could make the tents with the right dimensions was the child who was 0 in maths in the class. So for only him, the learning happened, but for rest of the things, education happened. I hope I'm able to put across the difference between learning and education. So what happened was, since the learning was not happening, and so many alternative education programs started coming up. These were the programs which were designed only for the children, to get the children back to the learning. The learning program had few strong things. They had certain strong features. They were very personalized. Can I move this? Yes. They had very certain common features, that they were very personalized. Any alternative programs, whether it is a special education, whether you're teaching at doing a homeschooling, whether you're doing a private home tuitions, it's a very personalized thing. That's why it works. They have very strong support system. The people who are providing the alternate education, they got a very strong support of reasons what they're giving to a child. A tuition teacher understands the child, the way of understanding things. Probably he might be giving live examples. Probably he might be making him learn the things. So anybody who is giving an alternate education to a child has got a very strong support. And the strong supports comes with all the 3 attributes. Knowingly or unknowingly, they give these 3 attributes to a child. Only the surface are the seeds of possibility. So I give you a small one more example of Death Valley. Death Valley is in US. It is a desert, and probably I can tell that it is there. Every desert, you can count on it on every desert. We have deserts in India, but the moment we started having Indira Gandhi Channel, you know, Rajasthan also became a little more fertile land, and we have got so many things growing there. So what happened in Death Valley was, it is known as Death Valley because nothing grows there. And one fine year in 2005, it started raining there. There was nice rain, and the next year there were flowers beds in that Death Valley. And that's why it is known as Death Valley, and became a study that beneath every circumstances, in case the right nurturing is done, the right amount of water, the right amount of minerals in the soil, in case every right amount is given, the nurturing happens and the learning is inevitable. So जब हम बच्चे को सही उसके हिसाब से उसको कंडीशंस देते हैं, तो वो बच्चा सीखता ही सीखता है. ऐसा कोई बच्चा नहीं जिसको उसके हिसाब से क्यूरियोसिटी उसकी डेवलप की और उसको वही एटमॉस्फेयर दिया जिसमें कि वो चीज कर सकता है, तो वो लर्निंग होगी ही होगी. ऐसा हुआ ही नहीं आज तक कि वो लर्निंग ना हुई हो. So one of the alternative education programs is the homeschooling program, which is gearing up in India, and it is done by most of the countries and done it beautifully. But हमारी country में there are certain myths that we have a strong dislike for homeschooling, and the myths which are that जो लोग बच्चे homeschool करते हैं वो socialize नहीं करते, because वो school नहीं जाते, अपने आप पे नहीं होते, तो वो socialize नहीं करते. तो ऐसा नहीं है. जो बच्चे homeschool करते हैं, they are very 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 social children. And दूसरा मिथ जो है कि जो पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों को होम स्कूल कराते हैं वो इतने क्वालिफाइड ही नहीं होते कि अपने बच्चों को पढ़ा सकें. No teacher is better than a mother. Mother is the best teacher of a child, then comes the father. I have never ever seen a mother who wants to teach something to a child and she is not able to put that value in her child. Parents are qualified teachers, and it's their own child, their own product. They want the best of their child, and they will knowingly or unknowingly bring out the circumstances in which the child learns the best. There's a third myth which says that homeschool children cannot function in the real life world. It is not right. Homeschool children, since they are doing everything on their own and the parents are giving a guiding factor, they end up being better than the school nurtured children, because school nurtured children, one system is given to all the children. Only 5 performing children are looked into, and only 5 non-performing children are looked into. The children are in the middle bracket, they are just left like that. Since they are in the bracket of doing something little bit, doing or not doing, so the parents also think कि अभी नहीं है, सीख जाएगा, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, और the teachers also feel कि सीख जाएगा, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, जब बोर्ड एग्जाम्स आएंगे 9th 10th 11th 12th में जाएगा तो हम उसको ट्यूशंस लगा देंगे और बच्चा पढ़ ले जाएगा. तो जब जो चीज जिस उम्र में सीखनी थी वो चीज वो रह जाती है. तो जो बच्चे अच्छे पढ़ने में होते वो निकल जाते हैं, जो बच्चे नहीं पढ़ते उनके पेरेंट्स को बोल दिया जाता है, जो बीच के बच्चे होते हैं they are struggling all their life. And homeschooling means, since the child is studying on their own and the homeschooling parents are formed in the groups and they meet and all, so this non-performing children or the middle performing children does not exist in homeschooling system. This is again, there's a next myth is that very few people homeschool their children. It is not like that. 25% of the children in US and 35% of the children in UK are homeschooled. Homeschool kids don't learn as well as children going in school. It is just the opposite. I just spoke in the myth number 3 that parents are the best teachers. They ensuring कि जो चीज समझ नहीं है तो they give the time to the child that अभी समझ नहीं है, let me give him more time. But in the school system, the curriculum is very tight-fist. And because of that, even if the teacher wants to impart the knowledge, it does not happen. Extracurricular activities are unavailable for homeschooling children, so it is wrong. There are so many beautiful things which are happening. There are people. There are people who have got extracurricular activities. They do it. They're professionals and they want to go to swimming. They want to do art. They're going to do art and craft. The parents can have their time to do the extracurricular activities with them. And it is not that the children are doing extracurricular activities only in school. The next common myth is homeschool families are all alike. It is not like that. All homeschool families, as I mentioned, the first attribute that everybody is different. Homeschooling families are also different. They are not insecure parents. They are not against school parents, but they want to give the best to their child and they understand the child the best. Homeschooling is done by parents on their own without any guidance. It is wrong. Homeschooling has to be registered. Homeschooling has their own guidelines and the people follow the homeschooling guideline patterns and they have the similar way of learning the way we have in school. The only difference is the child is learning alone in home with the guided activities. The people who homeschool their child without any guided activities, the child is not being accepted by the schools when they grow up. Only special children are homeschooled. This is again a myth. Activities that cannot, active children cannot be homeschooled. So there are children who are known as hyperactive children and that are not been dealt by the teachers in the school are common myth that that वो बच्चा इतना शैतान है, इतना भागता है कि मेरे तो हाथ ही नहीं आता. This is a common myth. In case the mother has a schedule, a common way of understanding things and putting the right channel to a child, every child learns at home. So what we do at Learning Pots, we provide guidelines to teach. The guidelines are made with all these 3 human attributes. And what we will be doing is we will be providing you a material. In that material, we'll be having all the things, the activities, the learning cycle. There'll be worksheets, how to have a schedule, how to have a menu, what to do, what time to do. Everything will be given to the parents in 15 days time. There are children who have their own ways of learning and understanding. कुछ बच्चे रात को इतनी लेट सोते हैं कि सुबह उठ के पढ़ ही नहीं पाते. कुछ बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं कि दोपहर में in case you put in efforts, there's the best effort they can put in, but दोपहर में स्कूल नहीं होते. So it is on the parent when they want to teach the child. अगर उनको अपने शेड्यूल के हिसाब से एडजस्ट करना है तो शेड्यूल के हिसाब से एडजस्ट कर सकते हैं. As per the policy, there are 180 days of learning which happens in the school. So in this 180 days of learning, what happens is certain parents, they follow every 5 days they're teaching and 2 days they take off. And they go as per the conventional school model, जिसमें कि जब स्कूल की छुट्टियां होती है तो वो अपने बच्चों को भी नहीं पढ़ाते. जब स्कूल खुले होते हैं, then they follow the homeschooling model. Certain people feel that, you know, I'm working, my wife is working. What we can do is we can teach on Saturday, Sunday because I have more time on that. And then we can take rest 3 more days to teach. So it all depends. Or certain people feel that every day we'll give 2 hours and teach a child and we'll not have a break in between because every day the child is learning something or the other. So it comes out to be a very special way of teaching the way the parents want to teach. And we will be providing 15 days material and understanding by a teacher that how to go about the next 15 days. the next thing is that every month we'll be having one PTM wherein the parent can interact with the teacher that, you know, I did this, but I feel the learning is not happening. How will the parent understand that? Every activity will have a rubric in which the parent has to honestly monitor the rubric and tell that, you know, ये activity उसने मेरे हाथ से पकड़ के की, ये activity मुझे उसको थोड़ा सा डांट के करानी पड़ी, या ये activity में उसको interest नहीं आया. So every activity will have a rubric, and that rubrics will be monitored by the teacher and the parent by the end of the month when we have the parent-teacher interaction. Other than this, we'll be having one guest speaker every month. So there are times when we feel that, you know, there are some occupational therapy problems. I don't know how to teach story to my child, or I don't know that I'm going wrong with phonics because my accent is not clear. Probably my child's hand grips are not forming. So all these things we'll be calling dietitians, we'll be calling pediatricians, we'll be calling special guest lecture. We will be answering your deepest question which you feel that मुझे पता नहीं ये question पूछो किससे. So 2 days a month the teacher will be guiding the parent. 1 week will be the parent-teacher interaction. That can be a Saturday or Sunday, and the 4th Saturday or the Sunday will be a guest lecture by or a guest specialist coming and talking to the parents. And that's how we believe that we'll be able to teach each and reach each. I say that parents can teach with their own convenient time, that which I've already mentioned. Teaching and learning aids will be provided by us, and we'll be telling you for certain things to be bought. For example, you can have a printer in your house, you can have a laminator, or you can get the flashcards which we give you laminated for yourselves. There are certain things which you have to buy for yourself, like glue, binders, scissors, crayons, colors. I think every parent keeps that at home. There's a certain attributes which you have to have in your house when you're homeschooling in the child. Once we do the orientation, when you register yourself, we'll be telling you more about it. Parent rubrics for each task. As I mentioned, every task will have a parent rubric, and every task will have an activity to perform. So that will be coming in this short, in the soft copy to you, and you have to either take the printout of that and make that activity and perform. It can be in the form of links of YouTube. It can be a form of normal song. It can be in different forms. Every learning process will have a learning outcome within activity. So to connect more, you can call up on this number 9599 778 913. To know more about it, you can follow on our links, that is Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And now you all are open to questions. We'll be taking registrations till 25th. Orientation will be on 29th, and the support for the parents will start from 1st of September. Any questions, please?
मैम एक्चुअली क्वेश्चंस हमारे चैट बॉक्स में कुछ पेरेंट्स ने डाले हैं, प्लीज एक बार आप
Okay, I'll just open the chat box. How come homeschooling will help when synced in with the education policy? A nice question, Kritika. As I told you that I started with the same fact that, you know, the new education policy says first 5 years, then 3 years, then 3 years, and then 5 years. The first 5 years from LKG to grade 2 will be done in the preschools in school. This is the new education policies. Every school has to follow that. Before that, the pre-nursery, nursery is out. The parents have to take a homeschooling for their children. There will be no schools for that. You might put the child into the childcare, but childcare do not have a structured curriculum for children to teach. Childcare is a place where the child has been kept. They made them play the child, but learning is not happening. The second question is a concept of no streams can also be bad. There is a reason PCM is taught together. Rohan, I want to ask you one question, probably in case you know somebody who's a musician. They take arts field to be a singer or a composer, but there's so much of physics to be done with these sound processes. A child who's taken physics and music together can do wonders. because sound and physics go hand in hand. So this is such a beautiful thing which has come up by the education policy, that the child is free to take, but there are certain subjects which has to be taken compulsory. Science, physics and biology has to go together, but physics and chemistry cannot go together. That is absolutely okay. So it is a very informed decision the education policies have been taken. There's one more question which had come up from a parent personally. That question was that there's so many schools who are doing the homeschooling system. And in this homeschooling system, the learning is happening because of the COVID, and how it is different from the homeschooling which I'm talking about, which Learning Pod is talking about. So what is happening is that in the current system, due to COVID, the school is giving an online system. The child has to sit in front of the screen. The teachers are speaking, or probably teachers are sending a video and a home task to do, a worksheet to be done, or as per that. And that is not homeschooling. That is a temporary method the school is following till the time the school is open. That is not homeschooling. Homeschooling is a system where you take an informed decision that next 4 years or 5 years, I will be doing my child in homeschooling. Once he's grown up enough, he's grown up enough to go to the school in grade 3, they are most welcome. The child can be homeschooled throughout their life. A child can homeschool till grade 11, and they can homeschool their colleges also, because there are so many open universities. So this homeschooling which we are doing is very, very different from what has been done in the schools. We are not opening homeschooling because the crisis of COVID has come up and there might be parents looking for homeschooling. Homeschooling is a continuous process, very, very different from what is happening in the schools during the crisis of COVID. Caroline, what you view about regular homeschooling and the same during the present COVID times? So I think, Caroline, I have answered the question. Any other question in case somebody's asking? Anybody wants to know, you're most free to call us up. You're most free to follow our YouTube and Facebook and Instagram posts to understand homeschooling a little more, understand Learning Pods a little more. Stay tuned, stay connected. See you soon next week with a little more information on homeschooling. Thank you so much.
Thank you, parents. Please stay connected with us on our pages and on our portals, ताकि हम आपको फ्यूचर में होने वाले हमारे सभी वेबिनार्स की इंफॉर्मेशन आप तक पहुंचा सकें. एंड ऐसे बहुत सारे वैल्यूएबल वेबिनार्स होने वाले हैं आने वाले टाइम पे, नॉट ओनली फॉर द पेरेंट्स. आप जिस भी प्रोफेशन में हैं सबसे रिलेटेड हमारे वेबिनार्स होंगे. तो प्लीज स्टे कनेक्टेड ऑन आवर पेजेस. फेसबुक पे आप हमें ढूंढ सकते हैं perception.biz के नाम से, लर्निंग पॉड्स के नाम से. इंस्टाग्राम पे आप हमें सर्च कर सकते हैं, हमारे अकाउंट्स हैं. आप हमारे कॉन्टैक्ट में हमें कॉन्टैक्ट कर सकते हैं, हम आपको डिटेल SMS, WhatsApp, मेल कर सकते हैं. थैंक यू पेरेंट्स, थैंक्स फॉर कनेक्टिंग. थैंक यू.